That's right, Rival the Dots character controller is now completely free. Also, Unity is increasing its editor pricing, and the developers of this beautiful colony simulation game made with Unity Dots talk about their development experiences. All that and more coming right at you. All right, so let's just get right into the meat and potatoes of this. So Rival the Dots character controller was an asset that had been sold on the Unity asset store for around $80 or so, and Unity actually just acquired the asset, so that asset is now owned by Unity, and so it is now up on the asset store completely for free. Now the good news is they did also retain the developer of the asset, so he is going to continue working on this asset for Unity full-time. So really great to see that Unity has recognized the value of this awesome character controller and decided to just, scoop it up and continue pumping money into it to, continue making this a better to use asset. I did do a video overview of this asset a little while back, so you may want to go check that out for a little refresher on it. But because now that it is free and it's basically a part of Unity now, I definitely am going to start incorporating these in more of my videos. But let me know if there's anything specific that you'd like to see me do with the Rival character controller now that it's available to all of us for free. Now this asset isn't built right into Unity. You still do need to go to the Unity asset store and basically add it to your assets, and then from there you can download it through the Unity package manager. So I'll leave some links down in the description so you can go to the new Unity asset store page for that asset and just add it to your assets. Again, it's completely free to use. Now the developer of this asset, his name is Philippe. He's no stranger to character controllers because he did also develop the very popular asset, the kinematic character controller. Now that asset was not purchased outright by Unity, but because he's now focusing pretty much all his time on the Rival character controller, he decided to put out the kinematic character controller for free as well, because he's not going to have as much time to provide support on that. So that asset is now available for free. So if you are still using regular Unity without dots or ECS or any of that, the kinematic character controller is now a free and great option for you. So before we get into the topic of Unity increasing its pricing model, let's take a little bit of a detour while we're still on the topic and just talk more about some of the Unity assets, specifically the dots ones. So now that the Rival character controller has now been purchased by Unity, let's talk a little bit more about some of the other options available to us. Now, one of the other major assets on the Unity asset store when it comes to dots assets was DOTSNET, and for a while that kind of was the go-to solution for networking in dots. However, the developer of this asset has indicated publicly and privately to some people that I know that they aren't really going to be spending many more development resources into improving this project. And actually it seems like over the past year or so, we've basically just been getting compatibility updates and not really many new feature updates for this. Seems like they've kind of moved on to the next thing after that. So basically DOTSNET is kind of in a state right now where if it does everything that you need it to right now, it still is a viable option. However, just be aware that you probably won't be getting any new features to DOTSNET. However, Unity does have a pretty good solution for dots networking that seems to work pretty well. I've experimented with it a little bit, and I feel like it's like one major update from being, a very good and viable option. Definitely still is able to get the job done, but there's just some things that are kind of a little bit rough around the edges that I'd like to see polished out before I start, making more content around that type of thing. Then some of the other assets include the Orbis Dots Terrain, which is one that I did an overview on, and I thought it was pretty okay. Definitely, does what you need it to, but it seems like it's, very specifically does it in one way. Another interesting one that I have not played around with yet is Flockbox. So this is something that if you are using any type of void simulations, this may be a good option to look into. A fairly new one is this Dots Plus by this developer Lucas, and it's basically a utility library that this person has created while they've been developing out their project. They've created all sorts of helper functions and they've packaged it up into this nice little project. Again, not something that I've had the chance to play around with yet, but it does seem like a cool option. And if you do go on that developer's profile, they have created a couple other assets. There's an adaptive split screen one that looks pretty cool if you are creating a local multiplayer type game where you have people kind of split across the world. It kind of does these like really cool different split screens where it breaks the screen up in these cool ways so all the players can see each other and they have a nice view of everything that is important to them in their own split screen view. And all that stuff is using DOTS technologies for maximum performance. They also do have another asset, which is this local avoidance asset. And this one actually looks super interesting to me. This is something that I had a little bit of a need for in a project that I had been working on. And it is something that I definitely might check out and play around with. So let me know if you'd like me to do a review or overview on that one. Also, I did want to take a moment just to call out one of my favorite asset store publishers, Cinti Studios, because right now they're currently hosting a massive publisher sale where pretty much all their beautiful low poly asset packs are half off. There's even a couple that are on a flash deal for 70% off for a limited time. I'm definitely going to be scooping those two up. I really think that Cinti Studios is the gold standard when it comes to low poly art because they really put so much care and attention to detail in even the smallest, most minor things. And I've seen a lot of really cool games made with Cinti Studios art assets. So anyways, let me know which of these assets that you're most likely to be using. You know, maybe you could develop some super cool game like the one we're going to be talking about later on, which is IXION. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Unity editor price increase. So Unity just announced that on October 13th, they are going to be increasing the pricing for the Pro and Enterprise subscriptions to the Unity editor. However, the Personal and Plus options remain at the same price. So most likely this isn't going to affect many of you because again, the Personal edition of Unity, the completely free edition, that is going to remain completely free if you fit under the parameters of not making $100,000 or whatever a year. You can still remain on the Personal edition. And then the Plus edition, which if you are paying for a version of Unity as an independent developer, that's probably going to be the one that you're going to be using. And again, there's going to be no price increase on there. However, the Pro and Enterprise editions of Unity are both going up by a couple $100s a piece. So if you or your company does use the Unity Pro or Enterprise licenses, this month may be a good time to go ahead and actually purchase an annual plan for that so you can stick on the existing pricing model before the increase, again on October 13th. However, with the increase in prices, you are also getting some more features built right in. So with your Unity Pro license, you are going to be getting a license for Havoc Physics, which is a DOTS physics solution. And you also will be getting Unity Mars, which is part of their whole, mixed reality ecosystem, and you get all the tool sets available with that. I should point out for the Personal and Plus editions of Unity, a license for Havoc Physics is still completely free to use. Anyways, let's end up with a little bit of fun news. So recently Gamescom took place over in Germany, as it typically does. And during the convention, Unity did host a live stream, and there was a 1-hour block in there where the developers of IXION, this really cool space colony simulation, city builder type game, had an interview with the DOTS lead project manager and friend of the Turbo Makes Games YouTube channel, Laurent Gibert, just about the development experiences and how they integrated DOTS into their game development. It's always really cool and inspiring to hear the people talk about their development experiences using DOTS and the things that they were really able to leverage this cool technology for. It also is a really beautiful game they are building out with Unity's HDRP, and they've done a lot of really cool things on there. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel for lots more videos about Unity's data-oriented technology stack and their entity component system. Of course, if you do have any questions for me or suggestions for future videos, maybe things that you'd like to see me do with the rival character controller, definitely let me know down in the comment section below or over on Discord over at tmg.dev/discord. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.